Hey, this is Lick of the Week, number 3. In this series, we're building up your vocabulary of larger musical phrases so that when you're improvising, you're not just like noodling over a pentatonic scale. You can string together these larger musical phrases into musical sentences or something. In this one, we're doing another one that I kind of took from Stairway to Heaven, the Stairway to Heaven solo. Whoops. That's what it sounds like. What we're doing, this one, the way I've got it written, is living in the A minor pentatonic scale. You could also call it the C major pentatonic scale. A minor and C major pentatonic are the same thing, just like F sharp and G flat are the same thing. Kind of the context, tells you what one to use. So right now, this is set up in our pentatonic box, which is a very common pentatonic shape for guitar players. And we're starting with a bend using our third finger on the third string, going up a full step, so we're targeting that note. And then we're reaching with our pointer finger down to the first string, hitting that in the 5th fret, doing a pull off on the 2nd string between the 8th fret and the 5th fret, and then going back to that note we started on. You'll hear this in a lot of songs, not just Stairway to Heaven. So it's a good one to know. Put in your back pocket, pull it out when you need it. I'm going to try and play it over a few backing tracks so you can hear it in a few different contexts. The first one, let's do this reggae backing track in A minor, since that's where we are at already. So since we're in A minor, that's our root note. This is the note A. So we're going to play the pentatonic scale, and we're going to try to resolve to this kind of darker, moodier note. That's where we want to resolve our notes. So when we're doing this lick, trying to end right there is kind of a good period at the end of the sentence. So without further ado, I'll try and just play for like a minute or so you can hear it. And what I'm going to try and do is actually I'm going to try and use it as like a motif. So I'm going to, bring it in all the time. And, I wouldn't normally do that in a solo, but it's just so you can hear it in a few different ways. I'm not going to try and play it exactly how it's written on that tab. That's kind of like a nice way to look at it. But kind of the point of these licks is to take them and try to transform them, whenever you're using them. So I'm going to try and play it a few different ways and get creative with how I'm playing it. That's the idea. So first I'll play it a few times, just kind of how it's written. Oops. Also, I am going to be improvising, so some of this might sound cool, a lot of it might not. That's how it goes. Trying to resolve on that A. Yeah, that's, kind of what that sounds like. Hopefully you heard it in a few different ways. Hopefully it sounded cool. Let's try a different one. Let's do this pop punk in G. So G major. So we got to figure out, this is in C major or A minor. We'll call it C major just to make this easy. So we need to shift this shape. This is the note C. We need to shift this so our pinky is on G. So if this is C, this is C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. So if we play our pentatonic box in the 12th fret, That will be the key of G, which is also the key of E minor, depending on the context. All right. And then, I guess, since this is a major key, our root note, instead of being here, is now this one. So it'll sound best if we try to resolve things on the 3rd string, 12th fret. So let's see what that sounds like. Guitar's going out of tune. Yeah, so on and so forth. So there's that. Let's just do one more so you can hear it in one more spot. This one would be, let's see. I need to get a few more backing tracks with a few more keys. Let's do this. Let's do this slow blues in E, because that's going to have a slightly different rhythm. Now it's going to have a shuffle, so I'm going to have to kind of adjust the way I play it. This one's in the key of E, E major, which means we need to put, for our pentatonic box, we need to put our pinky on the note E. Right now it's on G, which is E minor, the same as E minor, which means this is E. This is G, G flat, F, E. However, let's see what that sounds like actually. Right there. So that's kind of actually playing like a major blues. Usually with blues, what you can do to make it sound extra bluesy is play a minor pentatonic, even though it's a major key. So if we go back to where we were, our pointer finger on E instead of our pinky on E, that means we'll play a minor pentatonic, and it's gonna give it some attitude. Oh, I didn't know where I was. So yeah, it feels a little darker, a little moodier. I'm gonna shift back to the E major pentatonic so you can hear the difference again. Now I'm going to go back to E minor. Yeah, all right, well, there's 3 different genres, a few different keys. Hopefully you've kind of got an idea of what you can do with it. If you have any specific licks that you like from other solos or something, just give me a link and a timestamp and I'll do something with that lick that you like. I've got a whole bunch of these though, coming from Stairway to Heaven, the solo from Hotel California, and some other things, just kind of some basic stuff. So I don't know, if you got something that you like in particular, let me know. Cool, well,